Today is about venting. I just want to vent. I want to talk. I want to vent. I want to express. I want to share. Whatever word that you can use. I want to share my UK driving test experience. I just want to share this. I know this has been months upon months. It has happened a long time ago. But I just feel I should share my experience today. Hi. So today I'm going to the test center for my driving test. I'm nervous. So guys, I decided to pack the hair. I don't want any obstruction. So this is the entrance to where you have your test. That's the waiting room. And here I am waiting for the driving instructor to come in. No, the driving examiner. And that's my instructor. He decided to go with me. He went with me, but he waited at the driving center when I went for my tests. And he was there until I returned from the tests. So yeah. Guys, this video, I was very emotional. I had to even mute this part because it was showing on my voice. I was emotional. So guys, basically what happened that day was I went to the driving test center like I showed you, and we went off on the road as usual. I started with a sat nav, but then so when we started, I started off with a sat nav. Usually he told me, because my driving examiner was a man, so he told me that I should start off with the sat nav and thereafter it's gonna direct me with word of mouth. So I passed some junctions, but there's this T junction, obviously, that was not vehicle coming. It was very clear. So I actually slowed down and I looked to the left, because it's a T junction and the other road is by the left. So I looked to my left as well as my right anyway, just in case. Before I passed, but when I passed, he asked me the question, why did you not look left, and I told him that I looked left, but he said I didn't. It was like, I don't want to use the word argument, but he made mention that I didn't look left, but I told him I did. Maybe it wasn't obvious for you to see, but I did look, because there's no way I'm gonna pass that junction without looking. He said no, that I didn't look. Once they made that decision, that's it. But then that was it. We kept going and it took me to so many junctions, and even the big roundabouts. It took me to so many, all the testings that they will ask you to pull over when it is safe for you to do so. He also took me on the parallel kind of parking as well. Like, I really did everything, but when I got back to the station, like the center, he told me that, sorry, I did not pass my exam. I'm like, why? What's the reason? He mentioned that junction that I told you earlier. That's the first place that I passed. He said that because I did not look left, but I said again that I looked left, unless it wasn't obvious for him. But again, he said he didn't complain about any other thing. My drive, everything was okay, but it was just that junction, which obviously that point I felt that wasn't fair, because I believe that I looked left. So if I have looked left, you should have allowed, but maybe it wasn't obvious for him. And one of the things that I did after that incident, I made sure that every other junction, every other thing I was doing, I made it so obvious that he sees it. So basically that was what I was doing. I was making it very, very obvious for him to see. And I think that was why he didn't complain about that junction. But that particular one, that particular junction was the reason why he said he was failing me at the time. But that was what happened. I felt disappointed, but I had to nurse my wound, So, this is my fate today. And I will keep you guys updated. Bye. So, I went for the test a second time, like I said in the previous video. But because I was nervous, I don't know my fate. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what to expect. But I'm going to talk you through it because oh my goodness. Because I literally okay, so when I was about leaving the house with my instructor to go to the test center, I thought I should start vlog. I said, no, you did it before. No. So I said, okay, yeah. Because I actually want to document the all the step all the way, So I tried to do it, but no, I couldn't. There was no willpower. So yeah. So I said that when I'm done with the test, I'm going to let you make a video about it. That was what I said at the time. But no, I didn't still do it at the end of the day because I was not rushing to meet up with something, with another appointment I have somewhere. So yeah. What happened that day was I went to the test center as usual with my test instructor, not the test instructor now, that's my driving instructor. For those of you here that don't know, I have been driving for a very long time back in my country before moving to the UK. So if you come to the UK, it is entirely a different system because UK have a different wheel drive, meanwhile Nigeria have a different wheel drive. So that's the steerings are in different locations, and so it's different countries. So man, you just have to have someone to show you how to navigate the road as well. So it isn't too bad. You have to do the theory test and you do the practical, and the theory test is like an exam. So that was what I was talking about in the other video as well. So I did a theory test that I said that was one that I passed the main exam. The hazard perception is just for you to click when you feel there's a danger, and I I didn't practice that aspect because I thought it's so easy for you to say, oh, that's a danger, you click. So what I was doing at the time, I would just click on one. When I see a hazard, I just click it. But because I didn't practice it, I didn't realize I need to click probably like 2-3 times, and you need to click those hazards at particular spots. So I passed the main exam, but it's those hazards for you to click at the right spot. So because I didn't practicalize that, yeah, so that was why. Of course, yeah, for you to do the practical, you have to pass the theory. So I went back, I passed it. So now you've seen the very first practical test that I did, yeah. But like I said, I couldn't vlog the second one. So the second one was we went to the driving test center as usual, and my driving instructor as well showed me some few skills that I can use. That's a good thing about him, that the instructor that I used. So he did a free 1 hour practical with me before we went into the test. So I went back to that room again that you saw us in the previous video. We sat down. There were 3 persons. Guys, you need to listen to this. There were 3 other persons. No, 2. I made them 3. That was in the room. And then we were all waiting. It seems like we all had our driving test at the same time. And then 2 driving examiners entered. I went to them, but was like, where is mine? Oma, where is mine? I had to sit. I sat there, and then look and behold, my examiner showed up. Guys, guess who my examiner was? The same person. This same person. That same person. The same examiner that took me on my very first practical test. And when he showed up, you know how you cringe a little? Like, and it's, you know how you get that kind of shock of your life. But I don't know if he noticed it, but I believe he because you could see that expression, and it was just purely straight to business. Your name, they did their check to be sure that I'm the one and all of that. So yeah. We started off on the road, not really on the road. So we went to the car park and they did their usual show me and tell me test they used to do. And of course, they will also tell you, give you one show me and tell me test while you are driving, but they would ask you some show me and tell me test before you drive off. So we did that. He asked me to read read the number plates. Yeah, we completed that and then we went off. And you know what they do usually? They want to engage you in talking. When I was driving, yeah, he the same thing he did the last time. He engaged me in talking, but I just answered, and I asked him, I hope you're enjoying your job as well. He said yes. So at a point, I just felt to say that the road was quite busy as well because the road was busy. Say yeah, the road is busy. It has been busy this week. So that was it. And then usually they will start up with the sat nav. We started with the sat nav. The sat nav, I follow the sat nav and you know the usual way. They want to see how you maneuver. And then I moved out. At a point he would ask you to, when it is safe to do so, park on the left. I did. And when it's safe, you can move. Those kind of different tests, it took me to different things. But you know, if this is something you want me to, I'm not an examiner, I'm not a driving instructor, but there are some basic things that I was able to memorize during the tests. during my what's that called? It's not the test now, but during my lessons, basically the lessons that I did was just basically to help me get the skills to pass because I already know how to drive. So I didn't do a lot of lessons. It's just basically to know the skills, and what my instructor kept telling me, Veracious, remember, mirror, signal, maneuver. And then if you're taking up, always look at your blind spots. So this is what I believe he was always trying to check out for when he asked me to park and then move off. You want to see how you do all those things and also my blind spots. We went to different roundabout. There are some that you have to go to the fourth exit. There are some you have to go through the first or second. So you want to see the lanes that you're going to use. So it was really, I will tell you, it was really. And the thing about the second one is, what the other things that I passed in the first one, that has gone. This is a different test. It's like a new plate, a new slate. I had to do everything again, and that's what happened. So I started with that sat nav, and we finished up with the sat nav. He told me when the sat nav stopped, I should carry on with the driving, and I did. So I carried on with the driving, and oops. He told me he's going to be directing me by word of mouth. So, you know, when you're sat nav, it's easier to drive with sat nav. At least you can envision where you're going next. But this one is directing you. So, when it ended, he told me he's going to direct me. And he started directing me for a very long time again. And there was a junction. It's not a junction, but it's a side road that he told me that I need to turn right. And from there, we have to move to some road before going back to the test center. But I didn't see it on time, guys. I didn't see that road on time. And when I realized it was very close and there's a car behind me. And I don't want to jump at I don't just want to jump at eyes failing the test again. I was just thinking on the go, should I just traffic gate and go in? But I said, no, that's not a safe movement. I should just tell him that I've missed it. What do I do? And that was what I did. I told him, I've just missed the side road. Where do I go from here? He told me to keep driving. Guys, this man took me, he took me to another. I drove again for like almost 15 minutes again. Or before we got back to where I was, to the side road that I missed. And the road it took me was so narrow. Oh, God. See, I don't know if it was my village people that made me miss that side road. I think this video, if I had videoed it, I would have posted this part as a second part of the video, but because I did not vlog it, so I thought I should just talk about it. Because guys, it was like my village people were after me that day, because some minors that he gave me, I got those minors from those road that I followed later on. So I got back to the side road again, and I went through the side road. We went through some road again. We went back to the test center. He told me to do one reverse parking as well. My previous test, he told me to do parallel parking. You know, like that last one, I told you I passed everything except the junction stuff, which I believe that I looked, but probably it wasn't obvious for him to see. So I did one reverse when we got there. And when we got there, he told me to park after driving. And he told me, I am pleased to tell you that you passed your test today. Guys, it's not very simple. The way I feel about this, because if you need to see how I was screaming in the car, because my examiner went with us, not my examiner, my instructor went with us, but he was in the driving center. I didn't go for the test with us. So when we came back, he came to the door and he was like, he was the one telling me to calm down, because guys, I was like, the way I shout that of joy. Yeah, so I did all the paperwork. He took my provisional, gave me the pass certificate. Again, usually, even if you pass or fail, if you go there with your instructor, he wouldn't allow you to drive back from the from the test center. So again, this is what he did when I failed the first one. So now that I passed again, he repeated it. I thought he would allow me, because the first one is understandable. He would tell me not to drive because probably I wasn't happy. But now I'm happy. But he told me to calm down. He drove the car that day after the test. Because either way, it's either you're going through emotion of sadness or emotion of happiness. Guys, so I finally passed my tests on that second attempt, my practical. And just before we left, after he has told me that I passed, you know what the examiner said? He said, it seems like I've met you before. I'm like, oh, yes, it seems like I've met you before as well. He said, oh, your first driving test. I said, yeah. And he now said, that junction. So I just felt that he knew, but he just wanted to like do all that, but yeah, he had to wait until after the test before he had to mention it. And yeah, I noticed something as well, because the other people who we went out together, they were already there when we came, and I was like, oops, it seems like I'm the last. He said, yes, because you have to go through, you miss a junction, you have to go through to two to three different driving test routes. So which, I acknowledge that one of it, I missed my junction, so he had to take me to another one. And that delayed me from arriving to the test center. And what my instructor told me as well when we were on our way back from the driving test, that if I had done any mistake on that route that I followed again, that would be classified as a pass or a fail. As far as you have the examiner in the car, they are examining your driving. So whether you missed your junction or you don't miss your junction, that's not what they want to know. As far as they are there, they're examining your driving. So, right. But the whole thing is, at the end of the day, I made it. I was just through to my video. I still have this video. I have to share with you guys. But guys, that's what happened. That's my experience. That has been my experience. And is this, if you know UK driving license, That's a driving license, car license. You will know it's like a full mod, is like a course. It's not like the usual, the rigorous. Oh God, what I went through to get this is not as much as what I went through to get mine back in the country. At least you still do your theory as well, the theory questions and practical. I did all that as well, but this is different. But yeah, I made it and I thought to share. Thank you for listening to my rant, to my happiness, to the sad one. That first video you saw, guys, I was almost crying in that video. But yeah, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I achieved it. So if you are looking towards driving as well, just know that most of these people you see driving for years as well, they went through theirs. Some of them, I met someone that said she did hers 4 times. So yeah, see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.